This is just going to be a compilation of all the videos from today. I just need a one that's in landscape mode to put in front so YouTube doesn't mess it all up. This is buttonbush. It's got a really long scientific name, so I forget it. And also a very talented mockingbird in the background. It's got very, very simple leaves. Just a nice green oval. Blends in very well when it's not flowering. Those are the flowers, and then these ones are starting to form the seed pods. They'll just be little dried, triangle-y shaped seeds. It's very popular with the feather-legged scoleed wasps, which is what these guys are. They're not mean or anything. I literally have the phone less than 5 inches away from them. Okay, bye-bye, so my phone doesn't explode from the heat. It is June 28th, 2025 at the Georgia Southern University Armstrong campus. This is the sports field. Over here, that leads to the path through the woods that now has a disc golf course. So does that way. And here we have some native bamboo. This here is not poison ivy. This is Virginia creeper. I'll show you poison ivy. Oh, here's poison ivy right here. 3 leaves compared to 5. 3 leaves, 5. This is fine. This is bad. And right here is some of our native bamboo. Cane. This one gets cut short so often that it's... Am I hearing a squirrel or a deer? It's probably a squirrel. Let's see how tall this one is. Okay, yeah, there's just a squirrel back there somewhere. If we count this... Come on. Oh, would help if I had the ruler facing the right way. And yes, there's poison ivy directly behind this. This one's about, we'll say, a foot tall. Slightly less. There's some poison ivy. Oh, and this here, this is not poison ivy or Virginia creeper. This is American trumpet vine, a little tiny baby. There's some more bamboo. I forgot to take pictures. Almost my shoe for scale. There's some more. And then back there, where it gets chopped down less, it can actually get tall. There's, through the bushes there, that light green thing. That's some more of it. It's probably 4.5 feet tall. Here's some more. Let me get a picture. You look at the stem, you can see they've got little hairs at the base of the leaves. And then these, let's see. These ones have a very slight fuzziness on the bottom of them, but not as much as the one. Ooh. This here's probably goldenrod. Oh, this one's really soft. You can see some there. There's some tall ones, shorter ones, more tall ones. And yep, you can come see it for yourself. Haven't noticed any flowers on these ones yet. I also don't have a shovel with me today. But most of the roots on these things seem to be very tiny, so it's not very helpful for identification. So, gotta end this video before my phone explodes. Bye-bye. Okay, still June 28th, 2025. Joseph Tribble Park walking path. You know, I'll stop doing introductions. I'll just combine all the videos. Anyways, here's some small flower pawpaw. This one got chopped again, so it doesn't have any fruit. This is all the same plant. It's just got root system slowly spreading out. And then everything you see here, almost, this is sweet leaf. I still don't know why it's called that. Let me see if it smells. Probably, well, not that I can tell. Doesn't smell like much. Anyways, there's also some common witch hazel. But I'm pointing out the sweet leaf. Cool native plant. It flowers in the spring. I don't see any fruits on these ones. But they form tiny little, like, oval-shaped berries like that. Excuse me, muscadine twig, you're in my face. I'm pointing out the sweet leaf because a thing I've noticed may be just coincidence, but it seems to me that where there's sweet leaf, there is not native bamboo. So maybe it's just a coincidence. But like, there's not much sweet leaf over on this skinny little patch next to the road, but there is bamboo there. It could just be a coincidence. Also, there's some more pawpaws over here. I'll show you quick. There we go. And that's a hickory, beauty berry, baby hickory. There's not much sweet leaf growing over here, but there is some bamboos over on this side, just further down that way. But I'm not sure if it's a coincidence here. And if it's not a coincidence, it could mean that they like slightly different things, so that the sweet leaf is growing where the bamboo doesn't want to, or that they compete. They're both native. Bumblebees and the super early spring bees really like sweet leaf flowers. But yep, I'm just showing that because it's just kind of hilarious how it's all. Okay, we'll continue and I'll make more videos. Continuing, here's some beans again. Might be butterfly pea. Might be something else. There's new stems. Look at the back of the leaves. That's regular pale green. It's growing in this little very thin section here. Climbing up that. There's some more. Very little ones over here. I hope it's butterfly pea because they're really cool looking. And around here we keep finding ones with white flowers. They're supposed to be like blue or pale purple, but there's a whole bunch here that are white. I think that's what this is because I seem to recall it climbing this tree. Looks like it's getting eaten by something. Oh, these two leaves are stuck together. Focus, camera. Yeah, I think this is butterfly pea because I seem to recall having tried to mark this tree in my memory. So cool. Also, I heard an osprey or something. There's deer. Hi deer, I'm over here. Go somewhere not this way. Thank you. I saw antlers, so I'm leaving. Okay, we're several hundred feet from where the deer were. First of all, this here is something called a rosette grass. I don't know how to identify them yet. You can tell it from the native bamboo. Kinda, because these leaves seem rounder. They're like rounded at the base. And they got these little flower buds. I'm not sure. Back there is bamboo. Also right here. Oh, right here. Very convenient. Let me take a sprig of this. I just have to listen in case the deer decide to come this way. So you can see these leaves, I'd say they're very rounded. These ones are kind of just like rectangular in comparison. The spots on the leaves, that's just coincidental. These guys, the bamboo here, keeps its leaves for as long as the leaves last. So they last several seasons and then they just get spots when they're starting to get worn out. It's also just right next to the sidewalk here, so probably getting kind of baked. Back there, it's taller and healthier. And yes, this is bamboo. It's just that short because right next to the sidewalk, they chop stuff all the time to keep the sidewalks clear. Back there, it's taller. Okay, bye-bye. I'm gonna look for the butterfly pea up here this way. Bye-bye. Alright, we're now near the entrance to this whole thingy-majiggy, and this big patch of stuff here is where we usually see the blue flowers for the pigeon pea, or not pigeon pea. Pigeon pea is a different one. The butterfly peas. Just have to watch for fire ants. It's covered in muscadines at the moment and graybark / summer grape. Still not sure which one that is. Lots of beauty berries. Here's a baby coral bean. I heard something. Oh, is that it? Yep, there's very dried, baking in the sun. Some growing out here. Okay. Oh, I see it now. There it is. Those little 3 leaves. And this is the invasive popcorn tree. Here's some more pea. Pigeon pea, I hope. Oh, it's got a very rough texture on the leaves. Okay, I'll remember that from now on. Okay. Well, now we're gonna go across the street if we can and see if there's any over there yet. Bye-bye. I lied, we're not crossing the street yet. First, some of my favorite ants. I'm gonna show you these guys. These are northern fungus farming ants. If the camera it's focusing well enough. They are dull orange, and they got like very dull, darker brown stripe, like a triangle shaped stripe like that on their abdomen, or just their butt, if you want to call it that. And then they got a darker, like kind of square shape on their head. They build asymmetrical hills like this, so instead of going all the way around, they just kind of pile it up on one side like a half crescent. They're super cute. This is the small flower pawpaw, and this one is absolutely covered in fruit. You can see 3 fruits there. One, 3 more. There's one back there, and then even further back there's another 2. There was some more. Yep, I see another pair right there. Despite this one getting chopped back often, it's like, yeah, I'm fine with that. I'll keep growing. And there's some, I think this is a rosette grass. It's not bamboo, I don't think. It's very bushy. These are Mexican clovers. Butterflies love them when they flower. You can see the newer growth on these is light green. Darker is, or older is darker. I did see some bamboo, I thought. Oh no, it was this rosette grass. Rosette grass, not bamboo. Still native and cool. Okay, now we'll go across the street. Okay, oh, well that's perfect. Right here, dark leaves, is small flower pawpaw, and directly behind it is butterfly pea starting to come up, and then there's even more around it. Also, underfoot here you can see these pig nut hickory nuts from last year. This tangle of stuff right here is where they usually climb. The butterfly peas, that is. And over here they're white. The flowers are white, like solid white, instead of blue / lavender. And they're apparently not the Pineland butterfly pea, because that's only in Florida. So, just scared of dragonfly. So these ones are just like leucistic or something. We just got cool genes. Somebody piled up some leaves here. Lots of muscadines. Blueberries with a blueberry with a little spider web on it. Down there they're starting to change color. And that reminds me, I gotta go. Oh, here we go. Here's some butterfly pea climbing stuff. Let's see if they have the same texture. Nope. So I guess what's over there was not butterfly pea, because this has a very smooth texture. And this is for sure butterfly pea. Oh, hold on, little spider. Wait. I'm gonna have a spider on me. Nope. Okay, it dropped off. I was gonna say I walked through a spider web by accident. Okay. I gotta go across the street to get to the ridiculous blueberry. So bye-bye. Okay, here's the one I got a video of way earlier. It looks like something's been eating the unripe berries. So that's a bit disappointing, because this one was like hilariously covered in fruit. But alrighty. Okay, we are towards the front of the college now. This is a cool fern here. No idea what kind. It's got pale yellow stems. These thingamajiggies. I don't know if you call them something different when they're on ferns. Lobes that are not going all the way to the leaf stem. Maybe 2 or 3 feet tall. And we're here to look at the bamboo here, which doesn't seem to have grown at all. Also, here's another one. Get a picture from above. Also some partridge berries. These form tiny little red fruits, come in twins. Here's some bamboo with a fern. Yeah, I don't think the bamboo likes it here because it hasn't done anything since I got videos of it earlier. You can see more ferns in the distance. Pathetic, sad little bamboo. Native bamboo. I saw videos about the native kind. I'll learn how to identify ferns at some point. I can at least now tell the difference between this and another kind I also don't know the name of. Here's some Spanish moss for that person who likes the Spanish moss. Zoom out. Yep. Here's some mushrooms bursting up from the ground dramatically. Clear that out area. You cannot go wrong with putting your camera at eye level and taking pictures of mushrooms like that. It always has a great picture. Lots of greenbriers, baby oak trees, more tiny bamboo. And now we're gonna go over there, which is where the cool giant blueberry is. Hopefully there will be some blueberries. Yep. Not ripe yet though, but here's these blueberries. I forget what kind they are. That one looks almost ripe. Oh, wrong button. I'm trying to click to get it to focus. Here's what the leaves look like. Got like tiny little ants on them. I think those are Buren's pyramid ants. Lots of unripe blueberries. There's one that's bright red. Oh, the pepper bush. Pepper bush. Starting to get flower buds. This is native. I like the leaves. They got a ruffled look to them, like ruffled potato chips. But they got stalks of white flowers. These are the buds. Oh, look, there's some riper blueberries back there. Oh, is this called the black high bush blueberry because they're black? Do I really want to walk back there? Nah. There was a cardinal back there eating them, so I have one to look at. I just want one. Alright, that came off. So maybe this is the black high bush blueberry because the blueberries aren't blue, they're black. We'll toss this over there. And also there's bamboo in here. Itty bitty bamboo, but this one's getting taller, branching out. Stem is probably thinner than a pencil still. Look at that ant. Okay, that's it. Oh, there's another blueberry right there. And some sweet leaf back there. And more pepper bush. Alright, and here's some Buren's pyramid ants. Which is probably where those guys came from. Okay, bye. Alright, now we're over here where the nice big bamboo was growing so awesomely, and then they got chopped down. Ooh, but there's beans over here. Might be butterfly pea. So, that's good. There you can see a stalk of the bamboo. Very conveniently. Look how nice and big that was getting. Ugh. Oh, here it is, some growing back. Probably gonna get chopped. Very papery leaves. Lots of little beans growing back in here. Palm tree. Yep, there's some bamboo regrowing there. And right here. See, when they come up all skinny like this, oh yeah, here it is. This is what was there. And then they resprout smaller. There we go. That's what's happening here. So now instead of one shoot, it'll be two. And they'll just be smaller. Because these are like the branches that came off of it. So it's growing back. It fell down again. I'm watching where I'm stepping. This big branch over here that's knocked over again. Some witch hazel. Not sure what this is, unless this is like baby swamp bay. I'd say so. It smells like it. These swamp bay leaves smell awesome. This one's kind of fruity too. Interesting. This thing I keep propping up here behind these branches so that it's less likely to get knocked over, but I guess the wind keeps knocking it back out. So I'm just gonna keep putting it back every time I come over here so that it'll survive longer. Look how tall this is. This is, not sure if I can hold the camera to show you what I'm doing, but next time I will just bring a string and tie it to this tree trunk here so that it stays safely back behind these branches. Look how tall it is. Probably 8 or 9 feet tall. Here's how big it is at the base. Mostly it looks like some baby hickories. Lots of witch hazel growing back in here now. Lots of witch hazel. And then this little baby swamp bay, presumably. I've never seen a baby one. Or at least a regrowing one, I guess. I forget what this is. Lots of oaks. Sweet gum doesn't give a single crap about regrowing. See, here's a different type of fern, I think. I think this one's the bracken. And here we go. Oh, I scared a leafhopper. There's another one. They're like neon blue and red. And then there's also a bird in there. Up that, on that hill there is where there's usually some cool, I don't know if they're asters, but there's some white asters, and then there's some cool yellow flowers. Here you can see the bamboos regrowing from this very sturdy thing right here. Okay. That'll probably be it. Bye-bye. Yeah, just kidding, we're doing another one, because I'm like, we were just over there, now we're over here. This is where the bamboo gets cut down multiple times a year, but it is allowed to grow back. So it's very healthy over here, it's just very small. You can see, it's like, size of my hand. I wanted to get some close-ups. And I said the spots just because of how this plant grows, but you can see some taller ones in there, and it just kind of fills in this whole area. And then they chop it back a few times a year. There's also some winged sumac, which is called winged because it's got this little thingy in the middle. I guess it looks like wings. I don't really see it, but they produce berries that people make into a drink by just kind of mixing the berries in with water and letting it kind of forms a tea. They call it sumac-ade, like lemonade, but with sumac. Oh, cool. Here's some dried bamboo leaves, which I found a bird. I found a bird nest that had fallen out of a tree. It was made out of Spanish moss on the bottom, and then a whole bunch of these from the plants at our house, which have leaves like that thick, very long. And then the bamboo leaves were folded over on top of the Spanish moss, and then there were pine needles on top of that, so that was cool. So Also a sad looking fern back there. Also this grass. I don't know if these are... Got something stuck on me from this stuff on the sunscreen. I presume these are seeds or something. Very, very thin leaves on this grass. And another fern. But anyways, yeah. If you ever want to get a cutting of bamboo, you can just come with a shovel, and some snippers are very, very freaking helpful. You can just dig up a rhizome, and the more rhizome you get, and then put it in a good pot with nice potting soil, not just whatever crap you can find. Try to get some nice potting soil. That is crossvine climbing on the tree there. And then just keep it well watered. You can put half a soda bottle over top to help trap humidity in the leaves, but just keep it well watered above everything else. And then there's this magnolia. Okay. Think that should be the last video. If not, you'll just see me again in like 2 seconds. So bye-bye. One more video. I think this is phlox, but I'm not sure. This is in a ditch. It looks like it's got thorns. It's very dramatic looking. See, there's more over there. Looks like that's something else. Very dramatic. And I know that this is either a goldenrod or an aster. I think this is the aster. It's hard to tell them apart when they're not flowering. Also, this grass thingy here. But anyways, it's hot, so I'm going inside. So bye. Alright, photo camera refuses to focus. Come on, camera. There we freaking go. This is a little Gulf fritillary baby eating the flower bud instead of a leaf. And here we have a carpenter bee, I think, on this passion flower. This is a random little seedling. It's got very nice purple flowers. Darker purple, I should say, more saturated. Ooh, there it goes. Well, you gotta go to a different plant now. Yeah, here's one of the flowers. Would help if I zoomed out. Yeah, I like this one. Leaves on a larger scale. Oh, look at this really big one. So maybe this one's related to... Oh, we got a baby fruit too. Come on, camera. Focus. Maybe this one's related to Southern Pride? I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, we got lots of fruit. It seems like it's going to be oblong fruit. That's interesting. Very big leaves on you. Alrighty. And we got another... I think this is my favorite of the purple shade ones. Alrighty. Bye-bye. I gotta do stuff. Alright, I wasn't trying to get a video. My phone used to reset itself back to regular camera. I guess it's got a secret update. These are fruits from what we're calling Passiflora. Oh, wait, I want to get a picture of this cool black bee. It said no. Alright, bye.